Firstly, Ray Whittingham has volunteered to speak.
Hi folks, thanks for your time this evening. First of all, absolutely happy to support this campaign. I do think we need to be much more joined up across the other various activities that are going on. But in terms of my dad is 92 and is a resident of Ferrylee Care Home. So a little bit of background is that throughout 2019 he had decline in health, which culminated in a number of falls. And in January 2020, he was admitted to hospital in Edinburgh. He was discharged after a number of weeks with a care package in place, but never spent more than, I think the most was maybe a week at home in between hospital stays, and that includes one failed discharge, which lasted for something like 8 hours before he was back in hospital. So it turned out he needed a pacemaker, which he got in mid-March. And then we went into lockdown and he was given a place of safety place in Ferrylee. And after a couple of months there, was given a permanent place. Really happy there. Can't speak highly enough of the level of care that the staff have given him. 100% agree with everything that people are saying about the standard of care. They genuinely cared about him as an individual. He wasn't just a number or a KPI that had to be met. So, you know, I want to be completely open and honest that the level of care that he's received there is part of the reason why I feel so strongly about this. So when he was given that place in the home, he gave up his council house and gave away all his possessions. So he has nothing. He's got nothing to go back to. Family members, whilst we would love to have him, are not equipped or in any way set up to meet his needs. So quite frankly, the human impact on him, given his advanced age, is absolutely horrendous. I think that the way that we found out about this, I mean, I personally found out about it through the article in the press before we received the letter. We've since had a Freedom of Information request, which has delivered some some of the support and evidence around this. And there's been no people impact assessment, which I find absolutely incredible. You know, people are not in any way part of the considerations here. It is down to money, pure and simple. Now, I accept that perhaps there are improvements that could be made to the homes to make them more environmentally sound, and probably done quite cheaply, but it's all smoke and mirrors. It's nothing to do with the environmental impact. There are benefits to making these changes, but there are also disbenefits, which were highlighted earlier when we talked about the additional carbon impact on additional travel and things like that. None of that has been assessed. So, whilst I absolutely agree in principle with everything that's been said here, my focus is pure and simply on getting the best outcome for my dad and for the staff of Ferrylee. But I think in order to do that, we need to be much more joined up. I think that, I've seen several different petitions and I've seen several different campaigns. And I think really to have the biggest impact, we need to do that in a joined up and concerted way. Thanks for your time.